Let's go. What's up, team? Hello, welcome to Motosumo. My name is Ben. I'm going to be your instructor for this class, team. I'm streaming to you guys all the way from London in the UK. Represent, team. So this is going to be your half an hour class. This class is only 30 minutes. Short, sweet, intense, very intense, because it's a Stronger Together class. And what you should expect from this is basically your sort of athletic-based, performance-based training. So it challenges you, it tests you out. We work in like your power sort of mode, but we're going to get into it straight away. I'm going to be talking you through that entire way, team. I'm going to take you through a lovely little warm-up before we get fully into it, team. So taking yourself into resistance 0, so all the way down in that resistance, and we go, team, in 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're in that resistance 1, nothing too crazy, just getting them legs spinning around. Just like that. So remember your resistance 0 is all the way down at that resistance. So whatever bike you got, remember everyone's got different bikes, we're taking it all the way down, so there's nothing on that resistance. And we just get our legs used to that for a little second, for a couple little extra seconds, but we never want to spend too long here, because we want to take it up to your resistance 1. The way we do that, team, is we just added that little bit of resistance, just add a tiny bit. So it's still super light, but you can feel it. You can feel that there's some resistance there. You can feel that there's something sort of holding you back a touch. But let's go for a little push pace in this. 1 minute going on the clock, team. Take it up to yellow. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So remember, you're in at that resistance 1 right now. And we just got that little push pace on, because remember, it's still super light, so we can possibly be hitting up your 90 plus, which means that yellow zone. So just find it there, see how it feels. As you spin around, as you move those legs around, nice and quick. Nice stuff. Three, 2, 1. Cool, we slow that down. We keep our legs moving though. Remember what we find next? We do that same thing. Let's go on the drop. 3, 2, 1. So your Stronger Together, team, remember, is about that sort of power output. So it's about your sort of FTP, which is your functional threshold power. So it's about holding basically the highest output that you can in terms of power for as long as you can. And we're only going to do that in the last like 20 minutes or just under 20 minutes. Because it's intense, because it's tough, it's challenging. I remember power, if you don't have a meter or anything, if you don't have that sort of power meter in which you can see the output the whole time, power is resistance plus your cadence. So basically how much resistance you've got plus how fast you're going. So obviously we want to find that sweet spot in which we can hold that solid sort of relatively heavy resistance, holding that relatively fast speed as well. 3, 2, 1. So for example, right now, we're going fast, we're going relatively fast because we're in that resistance 1, but we're only in that resistance 1, which means we're not going to be getting that big power. So let's take it up to resistance 2, guys. Find that resistance 2. Remember, it's all going to be different in everyone's body and everyone's legs, but you're finding it's going to be a bit sticky, a bit more like sand. So having to work your way around a bit more, but it's still loose enough for you to get some good speed zone. Go for another minute. 3, 2, 1, let's go. What a tune! Keep going. In that resistance, 2, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Another little slow down again. I love this song. What a banger. I'm into this. We're going to go for that again, team. Another resistance 2 push. Because I want to spend most of the time in the low resistance. Because it gets the legs warmest the best. And because we always want to have our legs moving quick. So where we're going to spend most of our time is trying to push into the yellow zones and a relatively high cadence in your resistance 3 though. And we do that for a long time, and you've got to think about it. If you think about that sort of average output, if you start taking breaks, if you start pulling back, if you start slowing down or moving into that lower resistance, then the sort of average power is going to be that little bit too low. So keep pushing through this, team. Got another 8 seconds there. Keep pushing through that. 3, 2, 1. Nice. We slow it down. I want to do one more of those. One more in that resistance 2. This time we head onto the track this time. So we get into it. In 3, 2, 1, team. Let's go. So now we're out on the track and we're banging out some good speed once again, guys. So we're not in that proper full sort of power mode. We're not in that full stronger together mode because I love to give that longer warm up for a class like this because it's testing. Because it challenges you. Two, 1, rest there. Nice, we're going to come out of that. Be huge, nice to put those numbers on the board there, a good little start of it. But it's time to test ourselves in that resistance. 3, yes team, what's up? Nice Poppy, how you doing, what's up? So we're going to take it into that resistance 3. Finally find that resistance 3. We're going to be spending most of this time. Let's have a little test today. So let's get a minute on the board. Remember, this feels a bit more like mud. You're having to actually work your way around that, and this is where technique comes into place. You're actually having to lock into it, making sure that torso stays still. Yes, Builder, what's up? We go for another minute. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Yes, Builder. So you're in that resistance 3 now. And we're not in that full FTP. We're not in that full sort of power output mode quite yet. We're still in another little tester. But right now, we want to hold about 90. And you want to get to a stage in which you're sort of, it's challenging, but you're going to be having to hold this sort of resistance and speed for a long time. So that's how you got to think about it. In 6 seconds, we're going to stand it up, take it into resistance 4, but not at a fast pace. 3, 2, 1, We stand it up. I put green above me on purpose. So I'm not going mad fast. This is sort of a recovery climb. I like to call this a recovery climb. So I'm not going crazy fast. So just hold yourself here, nice and steady. And what we're going to do is we're going to start breaking into that like full-on power mode. So remember, once again, Stronger Together is all about holding the average power output nice and high for the longest period of time. And the way we do that, we don't take breaks. This is your last time that you're going to see this green above me. Sorry to say it, but it's going to be testing from now on. So in 15 seconds, we're going to pick up that pace in this resistance. We're going to start building up some space, building up some speed. We're going to get ready to go. In 4, in 3, 2, 1. Just 60 seconds here. Remember, this is resistance 4. This is heavy. But this is why we are pushing it. We're getting some speed into there. And this is going to start to push the average power output up nice and high, which is exactly where we want it. But as I always say, this isn't where we spend most of our time. The way to get most speed out is sat down. So this is just sort of a way into that main section, guys. Woo! Go on, Poppy, let's do it. Nice builder. Big right, holding it on. We're going to sit down in 3, in 2, take it down to resistance 3, 2, 1. Find resistance 3 for me. Then you build up to that pace. Remember, we had that little practice, that little 1 minute in resistance 3. Now look above me. 5 minutes. Woo! Now we get tested. Now we're into it. Now we lock in, and it's going to be tough. This is what we're here for. This is why we do Stronger Together, to test ourselves out. And we're trying to hold sort of around 90 here. And the way it should feel challenging. Because we're not taking those breaks. It should be challenging enough that with the knowledge of you not taking the break, you should be a little bit scared of the fact that we've still got over half of this class to go. That should be scary, but in a good way. Because you come out the other side stronger, better, healthier, just feeling amazing. So that's how you got to think about it. Remember, aiming to hold about 90 on that cadence. With this, really making sure, again, as you start to get a bit fatigued, as you start to get a bit tired, it's about holding on to that form, about that technique, about keeping your core super strong, about keeping everything super strong. You know how it is. Oh yeah. That's it, builder. Keep the spirits high. We keep partying. We keep having fun. Remember, the thing we think about the whole time is that average power output. Some of you may have meters. You may have an power output meter on your bike. which that's the best way of checking this. If you don't, that's all good. Remember, I talk you through it. But the aim is to have that high cadence and high resistance. Resistance 4 is too high. You can't get much speed. Resistance 3, too low. You can get loads of speed, but not enough resistance. That's why we're in that sweet spot. That's why we're in that sort of resistance 3, holding that sort of yellow zone, holding that 90, really trying, and then just working your way through. Woo! There you go. Got a surprise little heart in there as well. Final minute in this little section. It's a grueling section, I remember. We're not really going to take a break. We're going to push on for the next sort of 13 and a half minutes. No, you got a break. That's not true. For the next 12 minutes. You got a break? I mean, you got a stretch. You don't have a break. The first time you get a break from now on will be in the stretch. But that's why this one is good. That's why this one is stronger together, because we do it together as a team. We work through this. We work through the tough bits. We grind through all of those bits. Keep that strong. Another 10 seconds here. Standing up, resistance 4. 3, 2, 1, stand up. You found that resistance 4 now. Now, we stay it strong with this. So bearing in mind, this bit isn't actually part of it's not going to aid that well with your average sort of power output, because resistance 4, as I say, as much as you try, you shouldn't be able to get that much speed on this one. Popping, maybe adding a little bit extra resistance onto that. We want this really nice and heavy, super heavy on this one. We're a minute in. You guys shouldn't really be getting able to get yellow if you're in resistance 4 and you're standing up. So maybe add that extra resistance where you should just be sort of going between that blue and maybe touching into that green. Should never really be going above sort of 75 in resistance 4, guys. Should be so heavy. Remember, it's all the way up there. Just keeping it strong. Staying with it, team. We got it. All the way. I'm allowing you guys to let your legs go super fast in a second. So in 8 seconds time, we sit it down. You know what we go for? We go for a 2-minute race. In 3, 2, 1, resistance 2, team, sit down. Resistance 2, build that speed up, let's do it. Let's go. Come on, builder, you're on your own on your team here, so you're holding the fort nice and strong on your team. Remember, everyone's in resistance too, so we're that little bit lighter, but we can't stop our legs from spinning super fast. Remember, think about that average power output. I keep banging on about it, but that's what it's all about. Nice poppy. Keeping this strong. I'm hoping this race causes you guys to really want to go for this before we jump back on that resistance. 3. Keep it strong. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Team, keep those legs moving. Keep those legs moving. Don't stop it. Let's check out the scores. Remember, keep them moving. You don't need to move quite as fast. Huge, nice builder. Yes, Poppy. Backing resistance. 3, 2, 1. Back in resistance. 3. Now I can say congratulations on that huge race. But I've told you, I warned you. We don't stop those legs moving. Look who's above me again. Another 5 minutes. Now I can say, well done on the race. Those 2 are for you two. But for now, we got to concentrate on the task ahead. We can't celebrate too early. Not when we got to keep that average high. And the way we do that is by pushing on. It's by staying with it. It's by rocketing away. Yeah, there we go. We don't have that long left. We got to make the most out of it. The most out of every single tiny bit of it. So keep that going. Ooh yeah. That was a big tune for it. I was into that one. Nice, yeah, I went on that sort of 90. Under 3 minutes to go in this little section, then we've only got that final little extra bit. Good, staying it strong around that sort of green and blue mark. Because remember, anytime you're sort of going a little bit beyond it, maybe you need to add that little bit of extra resistance. And we're going to. And we're going to. Look, this should be tough by now. In a Stronger Together, in a half an hour Stronger Together class, when you've got under 5 minutes left, you should be gassed out, you should be sweating. Because this is the challenging one. Remember, this is the athletic-based training one, this is the performance-based training one. This one is gonna challenge you and it's gonna change you. It's gonna push you to those limits you didn't think you could be pushed to. But yo, we did it together. And we've become a lot better people for it. So stay with it. Nice stuff all around. Yes, Builder. Yes, Poppy. How are we doing, team? Are we still there? You guys loving life? How are the legs? I'm hoping everyone is feeling strong. Sick. We have 1 minute left. And because, team, it's such that tough class, we finish it off in style. And we finish it off with a 1 minute resistance force sprint. It's all about the sprint finishing this. This is gonna give us plenty of time for a stretch after. So you both have to promise me, everyone knows soon, you have to promise me that you're gonna go for it, that you're gonna give me your everything. And so we're gonna come into, in 30 seconds, a resistance force sprint, stood up. And we're gonna get ready to go, guys. In 20 seconds. This is gonna be everything you got. This is gonna be everything. Woo! I'm feeling it. You ready to stand it up? I know I am. Oh, we're ready to take off, team. Everyone is gonna give me everything you've got. In 5, in 4, resistance 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I remember, team, it's heavy. This is it. Legs should be burning by now. I know mine now. Legs burning. But still keep that form strong. Still keep those shoulders down. Still keep those elbows in. You're giving me everything. You're kicking out, you're pulling back. You're using everything. Halfway. Team, go. Let's do this. Woo, 10 seconds. Come on, keep going. You got our final. 5, 4, 3, 2. One.
Don't you say it, I can't hear it. I get defensive when I think you're calling me out. But I don't scream, I don't.
Cakes for you. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Take it down to resistance 0. Take it all the way down. I'll tell you something. I've just had a couple of days off. I've just been away for a couple of days. And it gets tough after a couple of days. But wow, do I feel good. Oh, it makes a difference, doesn't it? But at the same time, when you get to the end of it, oh, I feel amazing now. And that's what it does to you. That's what it does to you. Woo! Cool, let's take 3 big deep breaths in whilst we're rolling our shoulders back. Big breath in. And again. Once more. You're going to slowly bring your legs to a standstill. You're going to stand up, team, push your heels down. Push your bum back. Get that stretch in there. Spinning around the other way. Doing that same thing. Heels down. Good, and then pushing your heel down on one side, just putting all your weight onto that, rocking back and forth on it. Yes, team. John has just turned up for the last 15 seconds of a class. I think that's a record. I think that is a record. But welcome. Anyway, guys, everyone else, apart from that, thank you so much. You guys are legends. Thank you for joining me. Remember, as always, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to contact me personally. Contact the Motosumo support team. And as always, making sure you're clicking pause and save so you can pair it against your other workouts. Guys, thank you so much. My name is Ben. You're all amazing. Especially you, John. You're amazing. 15 seconds. Thank you so much. I will see you later, team. Well done. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.